What it is, guys, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you with another Dokkan Battle video. Today, we are talking about the Super Strength, not just All Strength, this is all the hero strengths, free-to-play cards in the game that I absolutely adore. We'll be back next week talking about the extremes, but right now, let's talk about this, okay? This is Bipan, this is her Dokkan Awakened form, if I can get over there. That's the Dokkan Awakened form. This is the form you want to get. This form is really, really, really good. Let's talk about that real fast. Cause supreme damage to the enemy with a chance to stun. That's not really that great. I know a lot of people put orbs in her and giving her double attack to get that stun rate up, but I just don't see that stun rate ever being good enough for me to justify orbs into her. Personally, my 2 cents. Let me know if you disagree. Feel free to comment. Let me know you disagree. But growing up strong recovers 30% of damage dealt as HP. The only reason I could see to give her orbs is to get more damage out of her, so she could do that. Now, double attack is going to do that, because double attack largely, actually, balance double and crit. Actually, that's the best way to do it. Balance double and crit, because if you ever double crits, you're getting a lot of health back. High chance to reduce damage received by 50%, so she's a part-time tank. But it's a really decent chance to reduce damage, so I fully say she's well worth, but I don't know if she's worth orbs. I really personally haven't given mine orbs. I have all the fields open. If I'm ever drowning in orbs, absolutely. But right now, I don't see it happening. Moving on to Vidal. Okay, this is the Vidal. This Vidal drops from the Defeat the Legendary Super Saiyan. B-Pan comes from her own event. She comes from the B-Pan event that runs once a week. Defeat the Legendary Super Saiyan story event. That's where she drops from. I actually like her. And I know this is going to be unpopular. A lot of people don't like her. I like her, okay? And I'll tell you why. Extreme damage to the enemy lowers defense. You can use the lowers defense. Extreme damage is laughable, especially considering she has no Dokkan Awakening. Never back down. Great chance of attack and defense, plus 20%, okay? Now, I wouldn't put her on front rotation. I would not keep her on rotation. I'd put her on clutch, because you can't really rely on that. It's only passive. It's only a 70% chance. That means 2/3 of the time you're going to be happy. Now, and in theory. Now, that said, you have her on clutch. When she works, you're going to love life. Just the only thing I would say is keep her out of the fight, because those stats are not really all that great. And she doesn't have a Dokkan even on JP yet. So I don't see it happening. When we get the new events for the Broly movie, I simply don't see her unless Vidal's magically in that movie for some reason with his insane-ass power-ups. They give her like a Ultra Instinct form like they did Master Roshi. God, that... Ugh. Alright, you know what? Moving on. Screw this. I can't even stomach that thought. Toyotaro, no. No. Naughty. Don't even get... Oh, God. Why did I even say that? Anyway, moving on. Subaru Brienne. She drops from her own event. It was the April Fool's event that we had earlier this year. Supreme damage to the enemy. Now, she is getting a Dokkan Awakening when we get the new waifu cards. At that point in time, all this will change, okay? She becomes... I don't think the super attack changed. I don't think it gets any effects, but the big thing she gets is attack and defense 20% for Pepe Gal's category on the team, and recovers instead of 77, it's 88. Almost 9,000 HP per Rainbow Sphere obtained. So you put her on there. We've already talked about units that change Rainbow Orbs. Throw them on the team. Put her up there, and she's just gonna just feeding you health. It's gonna be amazing. Plus Metamorphosis, another 5% HP. Great link for her to have. Great Battlefield Diva, the Innocence. We've talked a lot about the Innocence, and I think I've underestimated that link skill, because there's quite a few I've seen with that. And I don't think I've ever really paid much attention to it. Not to pay more attention to that. We've talked about that a lot this week. Signature Pose, More Than Meets the Eye, and Tournament of Power. So, which is a three key link. Good links. Pretty good unit. She's not a massive hitter. Her biggest thing, though, is as a support unit and a leader for Peppy Girls. Remember, we are getting that Super Battle Road here, 2 weeks from now, I want to say? I don't remember specifically when it comes. But when we get the category Super Battle Roads, that's happening. So, if you don't have her, make sure you get her when she comes back around. She's going to be back around here really, really soon whenever we get the waifu update. Which, we're getting the waifu banner back shortly, but I don't think we're getting those. I don't know. I doubt it. It's possible, but I doubt it. So, and if we were, I would think they would have advertised this coming back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't see that happening, but we'll cover it when it does happen. Moving on, we think we've spoken about her way too long. This unit deserves a lot of attention. Okay, let's talk about the... First of all, before we talk about the Dokkan Awakened form, this is finally... He drops from the Lord Slug event. He is finally a farmable card for all your Kaioken guards chilling in the game. Don't sleep on that. Make sure you farm him. Let's talk about him, because he actually is a really, really, really good unit and a really good hitter for a free-to-play. Okay? Now... Greatly raises attack, causes supreme damage to the enemy. Greatly raises attack. That's a good modifier. That's a damn good modifier. Okay. Attack 40% plus an additional key 3 and attack and defense 50%. So he's 40%. I'm sorry. When HP is 77% above, he's 90% attack, 50% defense. That's awesome. He is going to do great things for you, and with a key 3, he's always getting super attacks off. So make sure you're healing. Subaru Brienne on your team. Make sure you're healing. Make sure you're not getting hit too hard. A lot of tanks, a lot of health recovery, and this guy will do wonderful, wonderful things. Someone like me, like I'm drowning in Senzu beans, I would have no problem being like Senzu, whatever. But like I've got so many Senzu beans I can't even collect them anymore. They're just chilling in my bin. But I digress. He's a great unit, and he'll hit hard for you, and he's farmable. There is absolutely no reason not to farm the shit out of him. He's just great. Absolutely great. Another amazing hitter. Oh. So, I'm going to ignore the stats that are in here. You want to know about his Extreme Z Awakening. If you did not get him when his EZA was around, you had 2 chances, and if you missed out on that, you done fucked up hard. Planet Dynamic Leader, category key plus 3, attack and defense 77%. Pretty good leader skill. Best on Prime Battle. This guy leads Prime Battle to hell and back. This guy wrecks every Prime Battle you will ever see. At least as far as I'm aware. I don't think the new ones are really all that hard. Him and the Ginyu team go into Prime Battle and just raffle stomp it. His super attack doesn't change. It's still supreme damage with no modifiers. That said, his passive skill. He gets SA 15. His passive skill then goes up to attack and defense 13% per key sphere obtained, 7% additional, and plus 2 key per rainbow sphere obtained. He is a baby dual Dokkan LR. Like, you've got the LR Vegeto and LR Gogeta, the Goku and Vegeta units. He is basically a smaller version of them. He is like junior version of them. He is damn good. This guy can hit for a mill on his own team every single day of the week. And on Prime Battle, that's hilarious because that's just one shots. Goku and Frieza just kills him. When we get the new Prime Battles coming, we'll talk about him. I still think he's going to be worthwhile, but we'll talk about him when he comes back. Either way, he's a nuker, and he gets crap tons of key. I mean, he's like a cross between LR Gohan and the dual Dokkan Gohans. Great unit. Can't say enough great stuff about him. Amazing hitter. And we're actually talking about another one coming up shortly that might be even better. So, let's keep going. Strength Caulifla. Okay, this is her Dokkan Awakened form. She awakens into a Super Saiyan 2. And she is farmable for the AGL Super Caulifla. So, keep that in mind. Okay? STR key type plus 2, 30%. Remember, 30% leaders are garbage. Supreme damage to the enemy and raise for 1 turn. Okay? Attack 20%. Up to 80% and a chance to evade enemy's power. Attack, including super attack, 15%, up to 80% per Universal Survival Saga unit on the team. There is an entire free-to-play team for the Universal Survival Saga. It's fantastic. Make sure you're doing it. Don't miss out on that. Okay? Super Saiyan, Battlefield Diva, Prodigies. Warriors of the Universe prepared for battle and Tournament of Power. Great link skills, great leader... not great leader skills. Great super attack, great passive skill, great links. And the free-to-play Tournament of Power team is not to be denied. So good. She will hit... Once she... Okay, she has to be in there for a little bit, okay? She has to be in there for a while before she gets good. But when she gets good, you will love life. Love life. Okay? There's a strategy to using her. I can't go over all the full nuances of it, but I think she's completely worth, and she comes from the Tournament of Power commencement. So farm her up next time that comes back. You will utterly adore life. Moving on. Yes. I like this guy. And I've underrated the shit out of this guy. I actually haven't used this guy on my teams. And going forward, I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to replace my other base Vegetos with this guy. He got no Dokkan, and he's about to get replaced. Okay? So, follow me here. Majin Buu Saga category, key +2 attack and defense, 30%. You could actually use that as a sub-leader because that team is so damn good. You could use him as a sub-leader for that category on Battlefield. Okay? Causes extreme damage to the enemy, raises attack by 20% for 2 turns. That's super handy. Plus, enter the Savior, attack and defense 40%, so he's not really going to hit that hard, but all allies key +2. Now, you don't really need that on Patara team, but on the Majin Buu Saga team, it might be handy. It might be handy, okay? So, he doesn't need the Fuse Fighters link at that point, prepared for battle, and that will... Basically, you put him on a team, he's giving you super attacks all day and all night. Now, that said, he's not going to be the hitter you want him to be, but raises allies attack by 20%, fantastic unit. Fantastic unit. That said, look at his defense. Keep him out of the fight. He's got no Dokkan yet. Might happen with time. But so long as you don't get him hit, he'll be fine. He's going to just boost everybody else. Key +2 ain't bad. That's the biggest thing. Okay? That's the biggest thing. So let's say you have him... You got a situation where you don't have someone... The first turn isn't getting super attacked, or isn't getting attacked at all, really. Or he's got type advantage. Put him on first. Raise attack by 20%. Let everyone else come in and do their job. Now, here's the best part. So, this dude is farmable for this dude. Now, this guy, the other one, the previous one, the other strength Vegeto, he drops from the Blazing Patara event, okay? He drops from the Blazing Patara event. That's around what? It's an AGL event, so it's around... Well, okay. AGL, it's around Mondays and Fridays. So you can farm him at any point in time. It's actually around today. Even though I should be doing this yesterday, it was around today. Determined Fusion Vegeto. Now, this guy, Dokkan awakens twice and becomes the best free-to-play unit in the entire game. Hands down. No questions asked. None whatsoever. This guy hits for 2.5 million all day and all night on a mono team. Put him on a Patara team. Watch him embarrass some of your Dokkan Fest units. What a damn great unit. Completely farmable. You don't have to use Kais on him whatsoever. You can get 2 of those STR units now. It wasn't a thing back in the day when we first got him, but now that he's in the Baba shop for gems and the Kai orbs, you can get the Patara earrings from the gem shop too. This guy is 100% free to play. He wasn't before, he is now. Damn is he good. Damn is he good. And his leader skill is really good. Super class, key +3, HP attack and defense, 77%. I use that all the time. All the time. Okay? Got impact. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn. Causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. So basically, put these 2 on a team. Put him next to the other one. Let him raise this guy's key +2. Get them both to raise attack. Now, the mega colossal damage is the big one you want. That's the one that really does the most damage. But the colossal damage one still is nothing to be embarrassed by. That one still beats most of the immense damage attacks by a country mile. Attack and defense, 80%. Raises key by up to 10. Less HP remaining the greater the key bond. You hear that? The lower the HP, the more often he gets super attacks. You're getting Mega Colossal. You're getting Mega Colossal. You're never aiming for anything less. Now, I gave mine double attack, and I stand by that to this day. That now remember, when he gets double attack, he's not doing double Mega Colossal. He's doing the Mega Colossal and then the Colossal. That said, if you balanced, pretty much what I did for mine is I gave him the majority double attack and then gave him a little bit of crit. He double crits on the regular. I've seen mine do 5 mil damage combined. Actually, more than that. So it was like 2.5. Doesn't matter. A free-to-play unit that can best 5 million damage is insane. Insane. If you don't have this guy, and I can't imagine anyone who wouldn't have this guy, but if you don't have this guy for whatever reason, go fix that. Super Saiyan, Warrior God, so he works on your Realm of Gods team amazingly. Power bestowed by God, prepared for battle, fused fighter, shattering the limit, legendary power. Best free-to-play card in the entire game. Hands down. I could go on for a week about this guy. Okay? Now we're going to get into the World Tournament units. Okay? Bulma has no... She didn't even have a UR form. Okay? Her attack and defense is abysmal. She does huge damage, and with that modifier, she's hurting to get triple digits on the best teams. That said, she's a key +3. So basically, you throw her on her strength team, keep her out of the fight. Don't ever let her get hit because she's going down. She's going down. But if you're hurting for key, which I can't imagine on a strength team to be real, but just throwing it out there, if you need key, she's there. That's all she's good for. Other than that, she's going to get you killed. Just do keep that in mind. And she's got great key links, too, on top of it. So you could link her up with some units pretty well. I thought long and hard about whether to put her on this list because she is so just abysmally bad. You know, she was a World Tournament reward way back in the day. Keep STR key +3. I'll just throw that out there. If you need it, good. If you don't bother with her. You can get her from yeah. There's just so many things you can get her from. No, take that. She's not a World Tournament reward. She's a World Tournament reward in that you get her from the tickets after the World Tournament. The DB Saga tickets. There are way better units in there. We'll talk about one when we come to the Extreme next week, but just throwing it out there. Strength type key +3, whatever. All right, now. You'll notice this one is untranslated. We do not have this guy on Global, but I'll talk about him because I think he's really, really good. I don't know if we'll ever get him. I kind of hope so, okay? Another greatly raises attack and causes supreme damage. That's his super attack, okay? Leader skill is a strength key +2, HP attack and defense 50%, so he's not bad. I would kind of like to have him on Global. I'm going to be real. Superclass allies, key +2, attack and defense 30%. Extreme class enemies, defense -50%. So he cripples your extreme class enemies and boosts your superclass allies. I want him on Global. He's a really good tournament reward. And he is a tournament reward. Why we don't have him, I'll never understand. But I like him. I want him. Maybe we'll get him one day. Maybe we'll get him one day. One can only hope. All we can do is move on from there. Now, this is the Max Power Master Roshi from the tournament. From the Baba Shop points system. And as you guys know, the Baba Shop points system has some great sub-leaders in there for your battlefield. Strength type key +3, attack and defense 70%. He's basically a recreation of the old 70% metas from back in the day. Supreme damage with no modifiers. Strength type key +2, great chance of attack and defense 30%. Okay, he's basically you're using this guy only as a leader for sub leader for strength units. That's the only reason he's there. That said, and he's also farmable. He's easily farmable. The AGL one that drops from friend summons and all the other summons in the known universe, but friend summons, this is a free-to-play talk. The friend summon drop card, the AGL Roshi, can Dokkan Awaken into an STR and be a farmable super attack for him. Basically, only buy this guy if you need an extra 70% lead for your strength types. But if you have LRVB, you don't, because he's a 90%. So, or sorry, 50%. He's 50%, isn't he? Hold up. LRVB is I think he's 50%. 70%. He is 70%. Okay. Well, yeah, he's 70%. So, yeah. Maybe if you need him. But take your pick, guys. Either way, not a bad unit to have on hand, because your LRVB is going to work way better on a Realm of Gods team, on a Patara team, so on and so forth. Moving on to a gem item, that is the Str Crillon. No Dokkan Awakening. Actually, decent stats for a Dokkan Awakened unit. Defense is abysmal, but that's kind of to be expected. Leader skills trash. Causes extreme damage. Lowers defense at least, but extreme damage is going to be just downright awful. He can farm from the friend point summon, and so many of the other Krillons that drop in the game. Just right field. Damage received minus 50% when guard is activated. Okay? He's a tank, guys. He's a tank. If you need a strength tank, great unit. There's no when on there, except when guard is activated. But, yeah, pretty straightforward. He's a good tank. He's a reliable tank, a 50% tank. Go get him, guys. If you don't have him, he's at least worth throwing on your team if you need a tank. Okay? Whoops. Now, final unit. This is the new Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku that is for Battlefield memory in the Baba shop. Okay? Pretty good unit. Super class, key plus 2 HP attack and defense 70%. Another good sub-leader for Battlefield. Throwing that out there. Greatly raises defense for one turn. Causes supreme damage to the enemy, so he turns pretty much everyone into a tank, is more or less how that works. An exciting rival. Defense plus 30% with each attack performed. What? Up to 90% is the max. So 3 attacks in. Oh boy, is that max defense. Okay? Attack plus 30% with each attack received, up to 120%. So basically, let him get hit a bunch of times. You know, drop like a. If your team needs. Well, I mean, his defense is pretty bad, and he doesn't have a Dokkan Awakening. So yeah, drop like a Yama, throw him somewhere that he's just going to get hammered on for a few times, and then he's at max damage. And while he's at max damage, you'll get max defense right within just a couple turns. Good unit, great unit. Cannot be understated. You have your strategy, great links. These are your free-to-play cards, guys. These are great cards. Great cards. LRVB is a gimme. If you don't have him, go get him. He's the only one on this unit that if I would call you a damn fool if you have not farmed him up yet. A damn fool. And don't spend Kais on him. Damn it. We've talked about this. I'll go back and harp on that. You know me. I hate. Oh, Gohan too. If you don't have Gohan, you're a damn fool too. I hate watching people drop Kais. This guy farms up so easy 3 days a week. Feed them into him. Get 2 of these up to SA10. Get 1 Rainbow Starred. Feed them both together at the LR level. And quit being a wasteful. Because Kais into him is such a waste nowadays. Now, back in the day, when I did it, it was kind of a no-brainer because we didn't have our 6th unit. But now that you got them all over the place, you'd be silly not to do it. Just ridiculous not to do it. Guys, go get them if you haven't. And look, the card art is just amazing. His super deck's gorgeous. Still, with the new super decks we got, his super deck is still one of my favorites. So, that is the video, guys. Super Strength. We'll be back next week with Extreme Strength to talk about those units. Other than that, follow my Birdman, hit me up a Booker, and I will lay your ass out next time.